Hi, and welcome to day 15 of the ABC challenge. We're doing letter O today. So thanks for joining me. If you are in the live chat, yay, hello. If you are joining me on the replay, awesome. There are all the letters before this that you can catch up on. So anytime you are behind or want to redo the challenge, you are more than welcome to. All right, so as always, we're going to go into the lowercase letter O, and I'll show you the strokes that you need to know, and then we'll do uppercase after that. Let me get you really nice and close up in here. And I wanted to share this little list that I started that I asked you in the last video, letter N. So if you want to hop back there and give me some other ideas to add to it, feel free to do so. I asked for some alphabet challenge ideas for the future, so I thought this was pretty cool, so we can revisit this for other challenges where we could maybe write out each letter of the alphabet with that theme. So if you're new to the challenge, check out the info down below. Everything is there. The action is happening on Instagram. I just have been trying this YouTube platform for the first time, so here we go. Entrance stroke first, and this is a curved stroke, so we're going to want to stop our entrance stroke halfway in our X height. Remember, our X height is this area where our lowercase x rests. So this entrance stroke, you're going to connect that to an oval. Okay, and then you're going to connect that to a comma dot or an eyelet. Now we're going to go over these two in a little bit more depth, but let me just put it all together so you can see what that looks like. Entrance stroke, oval, and comma dot or eyelet. Now this pen is kind of soft and flexible, so it's a little difficult to see the transitions there. Let me use a larger pen. So imagine this is my X height here from here to here. Okay, if this was my X height, and on a larger scale, what we're really doing is making an entrance stroke that's on the slant line, okay, but we're not going up all the way to the top of that X height. Then we are creating an oval, putting pressure on the left side, and then releasing that pressure at the baseline, and then finishing that oval with a thin stroke the entire way. And then we're going to go inside the oval. Don't go outside, because then you risk making it look like a letter A. You're going to want to put a little bit of pressure on the inside of the oval, and then as you exit the oval, go back to a hairline, and then depending on your next letter, if it's another curved stroke, then you'll stop that out here before the waistline, but if it's a stroke that starts at the waistline, then you would finish the exit stroke up to the top. Okay, so we'll do some examples that have both options so that you can connect there. Hi everyone in the chat, good to see you. Hi Isella. Hi Angel. Glad you're here from Becca's video. Nice to see you. Okay, so I'm going to take advantage of this empty space here just to give you a couple of variations of the letter O. So if you're not digging that comma dot, you don't have to put any pressure at all, and you can just connect out here with a thin stroke. Okay, you can also get a little bit fancy and start off with heavy pressure and then loop around. A little bit more of a modern take on the O. I have a lot of people love that version, and then if you want to get really crazy, you can get a little bit bigger with the O and loop around and cross through that thick stroke. And then this other version that I've seen some modern calligraphers do is where you make the loop a little bit smaller on top. So this is kind of tricky because you don't want to make it too small, but it is a really nice touch in some cases. Okay, let me know which one you like the best. Let's give these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me which one's your favorite. Okay, let's go to the uppercase. I have a couple of variations for you. So a standard variation, now keep in mind that one way to get an idea of how you should make the shape of your oval, and this is a great one because I myself kind of struggled with how wide or how narrow to do the oval. So if you were to take, let me erase this. If you were to take that slant line here, okay, and if you were to draw a circle where the slant line goes right in the middle, and then another circle below where see how the slant line slices them both in half? So you wouldn't put them stacked right on top of each other. You're purposely centering them on the slant line. And then if you make an oval around those two, it takes me a little while to get going. I can't do it perfectly the first time. Then that's about the shape of your oval. And what this does is it gives you a good proportion for your oval. For example, if you wanted a little bit smaller, I suppose you could make your circles a little bit smaller and then make your oval around there. I haven't really experimented too much, but I would assume that that's the idea. So now let's go ahead and take that shape and your basic, like really, really basic oval. You can either start a little bit below the second ascender there and go counterclockwise. You want to add pressure on the left, get back to a hairline. It's basically a large oval, right? But then we want to, of course, get a little bit stylish here. So I'm going to start same way, add some pressure on the left, but I'm going to add a loop here and a little bit of pressure. And here is the key. You want to make sure that you exit the oval above the waistline. I'm even going to highlight that because it's super important that you exit above the waistline. What that does is it helps avoid the O look like, you avoid looking like an A. Okay, if I make this too low, if I exit my loop a little bit too low here, it kind of looks like an A, and if I connect that to another letter, then it may compromise your readability. So keep that exit above the waistline. So that's one variation. Another variation is one that I learned from Dr. Joe. And so you start with a hairline, you add a little bit of pressure on the left because we're going downward. You come back around, add a little bit of pressure on the inside, almost like a secondary pressure, secondary downstroke, so that way it's not as thick and it's not competing with this downstroke. And then you come back around and you add a little bit of light pressure, actually no pressure at all really, you want to keep that at a hairline, but you put a little bit of pressure on the right. Okay, it took me a little while to warm up to this version because I thought it was kind of funky up here, but I like it. It's kind of a fun variation. So let's call that 2. This one here is 1. And then number 3, we're going to, this one let's do this version. So start off immediately into that thick stroke. And kind of like the modern version we did down up above with the with the lowercase, you're going to loop around and through, okay? And again, keeping that exit above the waistline. And then last but not least, I wish I could have fit them all in the same line. Let's come back here. And one other variation, and I actually have to give this shout out to Arlene on Instagram, a really good calligrapher friend. How did she do it? I'm doing this from memory, okay? She started with a hairline only, which I thought was very interesting, and then came back with a thick downstroke on the inside. Very delicate, okay? Mine's a little lumpy there. So let me know which one's your favorite. Okay, 1, skip this one, 2, 3, and 4. So while you are voting, go ahead and leave me a comment there. Oh no, where is my phone, you guys? I think it's in the other room. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to save that Instagram story as always, and so I have those names for future references, but you in the chat, please give me some name suggestions. I'll do the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. So let's do the first. So give me some names but for now I'll do the ones that I can remember. So I'm going to finish up top here. And because my next letter, I'm going to write the word, the name Oscar, and this one was with a K actually. So because I'm ending up here, I'm going to start down below with my entrance stroke for my S, and then proceed as usual. Now, in case you're wondering, I always try to give tidbits on when to connect your capital to the next letter. Only in this instance, you would only do it when you're connecting the next to the next letter is an ascending letter. So a K, an L, an H. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. And it's for this variation of the O. Okay, is what I'm speaking to. Not that you can't with the other ones, but let's say the name was Oliver. So see how that feeds into, and I'm rushing here, you guys, don't go this fast. See how that connects nicely? Okay. Auto. Okay, let me stick that one here and do the second version. And so again, this one is going to be difficult to connect to a letter, so go ahead and keep them separate. That's okay. And then I'm just going to make my letters here on their own. And let's do a fun modern version with the O. Oh yeah, if you guys can get names also with O's in them, that would be great. Olivia, always love that name. Let's do variation 3. So immediately go into a heavy stroke. Loop around. So Olivia goes to, we can connect that one. Very similar to Oliver, right? And we're going to flourish up top here just because I have some space. Have some fun. What are other names, you guys? How about Octavia? I hope I'm saying that right. Let's do variation number 4. So hairline, 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 thick stroke. And then I'm going to end here. I'm not going to come out of that oval so I don't risk it looking like an A. And instead of starting with an entrance stroke, you guys, I'm just going to go right into the C. Or how about let's write October so it's coming up. And for this variation, let's do a smaller loop on top. Trying my best to be a little modern. Okay. October. Any other names, guys? Hope we're doing good on time. Let's do, okay, I'm just going to start writing and see what comes out. Oh, let's write Ontario. It's not a name, I don't think it is, but a place. I'm digging these modern O's. Ontario. 2 O's together. Oh, okay, Angela, good suggestion. Like more. Okay. So we're going to do the letter M. It's like a recap from the other day. But this is specifically to see how to do double O's. So a couple of ways we can do that. Let's just do your standard oval, comma dot, oval. So see how my comma dot becomes my entrance into the next letter. Another way to do that, let's just go right into the O's, is you can have one modern, you can make them both modern. The key, honestly, is to make sure that you have enough space from this O to this O. And the way you do that is with this connection up here. Okay? Awesome. Let's do Brooke also. And another way that I like to do double O's is to do two different ones. So I might do a traditional O first, and then I'll do a modern version. Okay. What do you guys think? Yay? Nay? Do you like keeping them the same? Do you like the opportunity to make them different? And then let's do a bounced version. So I'm going to do Brooke again. Trying my best to be a little bit more free form. And you know, maybe Brooke is kind of hard. Ooh, I don't know if I like this version, you guys. Brooke is kind of hard because we don't have very many letters that come down and hit the baseline. So, I don't know. I kind of took a risk with these different size O's. But I hope you get the point there. I hope you enjoyed this demo. I'd love if you'd give me a thumbs up or a comment on what you're thinking of the challenge so far. I've been getting some comments and DMs on Instagram, so that's been really fun for you guys to let me know how it's going. Definitely tag me and so I can see your work. And I will see you guys next time tomorrow for letter P. That'll be fun because it's in Pieces Calligraphy. And I will see you then, you guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'll see you then. Bye.